Hello and a warm welcome to this week's Super 6 podcast with Laura Woods Bayo Akinfenwa. Hello, Bayo.
Hey, OW. I'm still all into you from last week, you know. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm just, man, how are you?
I am great. I've had a good weekend. I've had a busy week. This week feels a bit easier than it was last week. Carabao Cup final at the weekend at Wembley.
Let's talk about that. Do you know what? Before we go into it, I do want to say it's nice because I've seen you all over social media since the Carabao Cup. And you know, the worst thing is, like, I was going to do it like as well, but I've seen a lot of appreciation, LW appreciation posts. And you know what I'm loving? I'm loving that the world now is seeing how great you are. Do you know what I'm saying? And they're just showing you that, no, man, listen, you're one of the best in the game, like, period. Like, you're one of the best in the game. So, you know, people chat about like duos like JC and, you know, Gary Neville and be like, whenever you're on something, I'm in it. Like, and this ain't poetry. This is like straight from the art, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing for you because, you know, you that girl, innit? Like, we've already said, you know what I'm saying? Work wife and that, you that girl. So talk to me. How was the Carabao Cup?
That was really lovely. Thank you.
No, man, it's true. I'm just talking the truth.
Thank you. Honestly, it was amazing. Like, amazing to be there, you know, getting to go to Wembley, getting to present a cup final, but there were fans there. And
how was
only
that?
8,000 in 80, 86, however many fans you can get in Wembley Stadium. And it just, the minute I heard them, instinctively, I thought it was the fan noise, the crowd, the augmented crowd. And then I realised it wasn't. And I was like, oh my God, like I forgot what it was like. It was just lovely. Even, I know it sounds silly, but even like walking to Wembley, normally these days when you walk to football grounds, there's no one about. So it's great for traffic when you're getting away, but like you just don't see any fans. And I was walking to Wembley and I just heard someone that was having food in one of the restaurants outside, and he went, Woodsy, and I looked over and I was like shocked, and I looked over and he was like, all right, enjoy the game. And it was just a fan, and I was like, enjoy the game. And I just forgot what it was like to interact with fans of football. I just loved it. The game itself wasn't a classic, obviously. Spurs got absolutely battered in the first half, but just for the occasion, you know, to be at a cup final and to like be a part of that, I thought it was amazing. Really, I had a great time by it. How are you?
I'm all right. Got injured after last week's game, which is just sod's law. I just got into scoring form. Just got into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, with 3 games to go, I was going to like finish the season with like 9 goals or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we laughing for. So missed the last game. So fingers crossed I can try and get back for Bournemouth at home. So that's what I'm hoping. But other than that, nah, man, I've been all right, man. I'm out here watching you, innit? So as long as I can watch you, then the world's good.
Well, another person that we've been watching is Luke Ayling for Leeds, and he's our guest this week, and I'm
looking forward. That's my guy. I say I'm looking forward to this, but this is my guy. Like, he come up through the ranks for the lower leagues, and so I'm looking forward to this one.
Excellent. Should we go meet him?
Coming in.
Please welcome our guest this week. Very delighted to have him on, because so far when we've had some Leeds boys on, it's been a great conversation and everyone's loved it. So this week's guest, give a small round of applause in your car, wherever it is that you're listening, for Luke Ayling. Hello, Luke.
Hi, you're right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, what's going on, Luke? You good?
We have to start with how good Leeds have been so far this season, back in the Premier League after a long, long wait. You're a massive part of that. How have you been enjoying it?
Loved it. Then I loved every minute of it. Then I had to wait my time to play in the Premiership. It's come when I was 29, but then it's been worth the wait. We started well, and then we just carried on and just rode the wave really, and just doing well. Then we've got 5 games left to see where we can finish and go from there.
Let me just say, like, other than the Liverpool games, I got mad love for you, innit? Like, but last week or whatever it was, I'm hating on you a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, bruh. You draw it back. We're trying to get the Champions League here. You get what I'm saying?
It was close as well.
And you...
It was close that second half. Then I thought we was going to get you second half, to be honest.
Let me say something. I was nervous as hell. Second half, you man came out on... All right, let me just touch on that, because we have had a few Leeds players. So what did Bielsa say to you second half? Because, like, you lot came out like on some next level, like didn't stop running, and I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous, and then you lot got it. So what has been his messages throughout the season? What's been his message?
Just in like he's pretty much the same every game. Then like we go into every game trying to win it, and then like the game last week, then like we felt like we'd done alright first half. Then we played a lot of decent football, but then like it was passed around the back a lot and not really going forward. So then like he was just like told us to get it forward a bit quicker, and yeah, then like try and get into their half a lot quicker and play in their half. And then we come out second half and we done really well and scored the goal, and maybe could have had a couple of others. Patrick had a good few chances, which could have won us the game and pushed us up that league a little bit further, but it weren't to be. So then not like a draw, then against the champions is not bad.
Let's talk a bit about your press officer, James Mooney. He regularly gives us information about Leeds because that's what he's like, a sharing press officer, and they're the kind of people that you need to work closely with. And I did get a message last night, and it was just a clip that someone had put up of you on Twitter. And and it basically shows an attempted pass that you made with the outside of your right foot that didn't quite go to plan, did it?
No, it didn't go to plan. Then I think it was in about the 90th minute, and the ball's come across. Then I took a nice touch inside somebody, I can't remember who it was, and I've come inside and I thought, right, I'm going to ping this outside of the boot, then I'm going to unlock something, score the winner or something. It's going to be amazing. It's come off me toe, gone back towards our goal. They're counter-attacking. I'm running back, smiling like a little, laughing to myself, thinking, please don't score, please don't score. But it was awful, and all the boys after the game were just laughing. But
I will not lie, fam. Listen, you do. I was bossing up. I swear down to you, yeah. I was bossing up, and I see you tracking back. So as a player, there's times when, the ball comes up and you have a bad touch and they break, and all you're doing is don't score off this counter attack. Don't score off this mistake. If you score after a corner or something, that's cool. But was your mind on that? Please don't score. Please don't score.
yeah, just then until the ball goes out of play, or then our player gets it back and then passes it to them, then I can relax. But then it must have been 2 minutes. I was just like, please don't score. It was 90th minute. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get battered. And then thankfully, then we saw it out and see it out till the end. But yeah, but then when I done it, then in the clip, I've gone to play it and I've just sunk into my hands, laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, that is horrible.
That's the funniest bit about it, because you just instantly you're like, oh no, it's all of a sudden you're not on the pitch in the Premier League. You're just at some playground or in a field at Sunday League or something like that. Why is your nickname Bill?
Then I get asked this all the time, and there's nothing exciting about it. Then when we went scholarship with Arsenal, then Freeman come in, and his name's Luke Freeman, and so there was two Lukes in the 18s. So the boys just started calling me Bill, and then ever since then, every single club I've gone to, I just said, yeah, then my name's Bill. So everybody calls me Bill now. There's nobody.
Like it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Coaches call me Bill. Everybody calls me Bill. So yeah, I quite like it.
So should we call you Bill?
Yeah. Then feel free.
Hey, what's up,
Amazing.
Bill?
All right, it's Bill Ayling.
Bill, what's up?
I love about football, though. I love about football because you know this. That's what happens. Like literally, a nickname can stick from wherever, and it just sticks with you for your whole career. And there's no logic to it. It's just like, listen, this is what they call me. And then all of a sudden, people just be like, yeah, what's up? Hey, Bill's in the corner. People coming in and be like, Bill who? Be like, yeah, Luke. Be like, wait, how did you get Bill and Luke?
No, that's what it's like, honestly. Like, who's Bill? Who's Bill? And I am Billy Boy. So yeah, that's me.
That's amazing. Listen, you just mentioned about where it all started for you. It was Arsenal when you were so young, such a baby, age of 8 at Arsenal. And then I just want to ask the question of whether or not they felt that you weren't good enough, because I just had a little look at the table, and it must feel a bit special that you've been promoted into the Premier League and you're 9th, and you're actually a point ahead of Arsenal, who are in 10th.
Yeah. Look, then of course, that was 10 years ago when they said I weren't good enough, which at the time I can admit then I was nowhere near that level, because that was when Arsenal were going for leagues. They were second, third in the league. They were right up there. So
When they were good. You can say it, when they were good.
it's certainly nice to go back now.
Good old days.
Yeah. But then like so, but then like it's so, then like it's nice to go back there now, and like, obviously then like we're sitting in ninth, they're sitting in 10th, so it's nice to look down on them a little bit and smile.
All right. So look, let me say, so I spoke to this, said this to you off air, in a sense where I think your journey and your story is what football's about. You know, it's literally what hard work can be achieved, or what can be achieved with hard work. So, you know, you talked about, you know, your Arsenal, the glory days where they had like playing with Highbury. And then, you know, when you heard that you got released, what was your mindset from that? You know, did that, I mean, they always say your experiences toughened you up for, you know, the person you become today. But what was your first moment? Because you was at Arsenal for a long time. You know, when they said you're not good enough, how did that feel? How did that feel from, you know, hearing that?
Yeah, then I was upset. Then I think personally, then it was more me than not having to leave all my friends that I've been with for 8, 9, 10 years and move to a different part of the country. Then like I went down to Yeovil, then like in the middle of nowhere with nobody that I really knew. Then I was quite lucky that Freeman actually come to Yeovil with me. So then like Luke Freeman followed me to Yeovil on loan. So then I had that mate with me at the start, and yeah, then like it certainly toughened me up, but then like it was the best decision that I ever made. Then like going down to Yeovil, the best decision that I made in football was that.
Why is that? What did you learn there? Because I know you got promoted to the Championship via the playoffs as well, which is a great way of doing it. That was in 2013. What else did it teach you?
Just in playing men's football at 18, 19, then like I have loads of friends that stayed at Arsenal until they were 22, but never played many first team games. Then I didn't really go out on loan, and then like, when it comes to them finally leaving at 21, 22, and like they haven't played first team football, then like there ain't going to be many managers in the Championship League One dad who's going to trust them to come in, play the games, and then like try and keep them in a job, because it's not. Then like you're not playing for fun anymore. Then like you're playing for the manager's job. So I think that was just me going and playing men's football, toughen up a bit. Then like I was a little skinny lad who was a centre half but played centre mid at Yeovil. Then wasn't good at centre mid. Then dropped back to right back and found my spot. So yeah, then I just having to play against men.
What I like is that we've just learnt that your nickname's Bill, but was it true that you were also labelled Big Time Charlie at Yeovil?
I heard that. I heard you was big time.
Yeah, well, then like I come from Arsenal, so then like I got to have a certain swag about me, didn't I?
What car were you driving at 18?
No, then like
into
I
training
then,
at
like, I had
Yeovil?
a banged out Vauxhall Astra. Then like I gave it. Then like I bought it when I was 17. Do you know what? Then like I had that car from 17, and then I had it all the way through Yeovil. So 4 years I kept it, and then when I signed for Bristol, and like finally thought, right, I got a little bit. Then I got a new car, but I kept that car I ran it into the ground. So
Yeah, you turned up with the Louis Vuitton pouch. You did, didn't you? You turned up.
Delayed,
You turned up with the washman. I know you did. And you had
like
your
a little
socks
wash
rolled up.
bag.
You had your tracksuits rolled up.
Of course. No, then look, then just then, like I think that big time thing comes from but then like was one incident in training but then I got dropped a couple of weeks before, and then like one of the centre halves, then like Huntington, who then that was playing, so then was playing a game, and the ball gone through, and then my mate's gone through and scored, and then Huntington started shouting and that, and then I went back at him, was like. So it was a bit of a thing, and then he said, "Then look, like then I have to try to get back into the team, you big time, Charlie." So I was like, "Okay, then." But then I was playing centre mid. Balls got rolled out to him centre half. I've ran 20 yards. I've just clattered into him, took him out. I said, "There we go." Then like, how's that for a big time, Charlie? And then he's got up, tried to. So we've had a little scuffle, little fight. Gaffer at the time sent me, and you'll never play for me again. I said, I don't want to play for this club anyway. I'm done. Da, da, da. Walked in. Then like I called my agent. I said, then like I think I've messed this up. Then like I think I messed this up. So then my agent said, look, don't worry about it. Go in tomorrow. Then I just say sorry. So then I went in the next day. I said, look, then I'm sorry, like I said stupid things. He was like,
Who was the manager?
then like it's absolutely fine. Then like that's football.
Mm.
Skiverton, like
Oh,
Skiverton, who
Skivo.
then like he signed me. So like yeah, Skiver, yeah. So like then like I still speak to him now. Then like he's still a coach there, so I still speak to him now. Then like he signed me there, and then like he gave me the chance. So then I went
Wow.
back in the next day and just said sorry, and he was like, "Don't be so silly." Then like that's football. Wash done.
Was that like, that night? Were you really worried about it? Was it one of those sleepless nights where you're like, oh, what if I go back in and they say no? And
Yeah, then I was really nervous because then like it was my first year there, and I only played probably then I probably started the first 10 games or something, but then come out the
mm,
team and I was thinking, Jesus, then like, I could be struggling here, and yeah, then like it actually worked out well for me because then a couple of weeks later the right back got injured, and I thought then I'm just going to go into him and say, look, then I can play right back, like then like give me a chance to play there, and
wow.
then like he played me against Southampton actually. Then like my first game, and then like that Southampton team, it was Chamberlain, then like it was Lallana, it was Lambert, it was the like their team that
Oh,
got them
yeah.
up, and then back to back
Yeah.
Yeah.
promotions. So it was my first game, so playing right back, I've done right, and I've played there ever since.
Yeah. No, because I was going to say, listen, I know Skivo and, Yeovil was in the lower leagues, played against them many years. So how did it feel and we'll touch on different promotions, but for me, Yeovil getting into the champ is similar to Wickham getting into the champ. So, having that achievement at such a young age, did you realise the magnitude at that time? I mean, you're just young and you're thinking, "Rah, this is just kind of football. Like, I've gotten into Yeovil, we've got promoted to the champ." But how did that first success, sit with you?
I knew straight away like what us boys actually did. Then like because the first 2 years I was there, then I was down at the bottom fighting for relegation, then I barely staying in the league, and then the third year, then we just started well and just hit a run and got into the playoffs and won the playoffs, and then like I think I was like 40,000 at Wembley, which like it's half the stadium, but honestly, it felt so good to walk out and see all that green and white in one
Yeah,
side. It was like there was like 22,000 Yeovil fans, and then like there's 40,000 in the town of Yeovil, so it was half the town was there, and
yeah,
then it was
mad.
just wicked. Then like we won it, jumped back on the coach after the game, went stopped off at the off license, like right outside Wembley, stopped off at McDonald's, just got loads of stuff, headed back to Yeovil, and then jumped in a pub for 3 days. It was brilliant, unreal.
For 3 days, did you say?
Yeah, like honestly, then like we just sat in there for days on days, just drinking, go home for a little bit, come back, get back on it. It was brilliant. It was amazing.
I'd love to experience something like that. I mean, I've had a bender before, but I don't know if I've managed to have a bender quite like that. I think I'll give you a little bit of a run for your money, but I don't think I'd beat you there. So how did your career progress after that? What was your next step?
Yeovil. Then I played the year in the champ with Yeovil, and then like we got relegated, but I'd done well. Thought I'd played well. Then thought I'd have a chance of a championship move somewhere, or then like to at least stay in the championship. But there weren't nobody that would take me from Yeovil and to stay in the championship. So then I got a call from Cottrell, and I signed for Bristol City and signed there. And yeah, then like, I had to drop back to League One, which was a bit disappointing at the time because I thought I'd done it right. But
Mm.
then I just had to take what I was given and start a game basically.
All right, tell me about Cottrell. Tell me about
Cottrell
Cottrell.
brilliant.
Tell me about Cottrell. Like, yeah, because it's hit and miss. It's kind of like
Yeah,
you kind of
yeah.
like him or you hate him. Yeah,
Like then like his chocolate, like he loves himself. Like he would eat himself if he could.
yeah, heard.
But he was brilliant, honestly. He was brilliant. Like then like he signed me, and straight away he said, "Look, then look, like I want you to play like this. I don't care what people think. Then I want you to be a right side centre half, but I just want you to bomb. Just keep going back and forth." And I was like, "Brilliant. That suits me." And yeah, then like he just like he was strolling, then like with his shirt rolled up, just stroll around. Then I just looked at him and thought, "Yeah, then I like that."
So your Bristol City team it had the J. Emmanuel Thomas, Flint, a lab, like y'all lot. You won League One. Is
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
when
Cruise
you
League One. Yeah, we cruised League One. We then I got to the JPT final. Then like I think we played you in the semis, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember playing y'all lot. You lot was you lot was a problem that year. You lot was a
Yeah, no,
problem that
then
year.
like our team was, then we had a really good team, and then like it weren't just a team, then it was like on the pitch, like off the pitch, we just hung around together. Then like it was all like 23, 24. Then and we just spent all day, all night together. It was unreal. Then like it's a good city to go out in and have a good time and that. So yeah, it was just a real good time.
Because it's like a uni city, isn't it?
Yeah, it's proper like arty, like it's real cool and that. Like people,
Man said, yeah.
yeah, it was good. It was good. It's a good
I
time.
bet you were like
Good
kings,
time.
weren't you?
Yeah.
Kings in Bristol.
We just, yeah, it was a good time.
There'll be so many people listening that are waiting for you to get onto the Leeds chapter, because they're so excited and for everything that you've managed to achieve with this Leeds side. It was 2016, wasn't it? In the summer that you made that move. What did it feel like to earn that move?
Yeah, it was good. Then like I weren't playing at Bristol City. Then like right at the end of that last season that I was there, then I weren't playing. Then like I weren't making the squad some weeks, and then like I went on holiday with Kyle Bartley, who was at Swansea at the time, but then he then was going on loan to Leeds. So I just said to him, then like text the manager and see if he wants a right back. Then like it was Gary Monk at the time, so thought nothing of it. Went back into pre-season with Bristol City, played the first game, and then after the first game on a Saturday, then the team sheet went up for the Carling Cup on the Tuesday, and then like, I weren't in it. I was like, right, okay then. Then like I got a call from my agent saying, look, then like we had a bid from Leeds accepted, and we're gonna go down there. Buzzing. It's like, yeah, can't wait for this. So went down
That
there on
came
the
from you
Wednesday.
sending him.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's
Then like literally it
amazing.
was then like Kyle sent him a message in Thailand. So then I was in Thailand start of June. We and then so Kyle went pre-season, and like of course then like Leeds had right backs and stuff, and then on the Sunday on their first game of the season, then like the right back got injured. Then like it was on TV. So I thought, oh, maybe I got a chance. So I spoke to Kyle after the game, and then Kyle said, look, then like, I think there's going to be a bid going in for you. I was like, no, then like, don't be silly. And yeah, it went in on Monday, and I was signed there on the Wednesday, Thursday.
Jeez. You know
Yeah,
you
so
owe Carl a drink and
nice
that.
bit
You
of
get
luck.
me? Like, did you hook up Carl
Yeah,
for that? Yeah.
then like I paid him back. Don't you worry about that in drinks. Yeah, yeah, don't you worry about that. I paid him back in drinks.
All right, so tell me. All right, so listen, as a player, and that comes, it's come out the blue, and it's the Leeds, like the magnitude of Leeds, and you step in there. So, what was your first? You stepped in there. What was your first memories of stepping into that league? And was you nervous? Like, what I'm saying, was you nervous going in there thinking, "Oh,
Yeah,
this is big,"
nervous.
or yeah,
Yeah, nervous. Then like obviously growing up, then like as a kid, then like you see Leeds playing in Champions League and that, and then you never think you're gonna play for them, and then obviously things for the last 16, 17 years went a bit downhill and whatnot. But yeah, to go there and play that first game, there was probably about 22,000 in at Ellen Road on my first game, which then that was still the top stand free and everything, but the noise was mega. And yeah, just walking out and hearing them sing and stuff, I was nervous. I was real nervous, but got through it well, loved every minute of it, and then I haven't looked back since.
What you just said there about the fact that Ellen Road wasn't always full, so that was like 2016, compared to what it was like before COVID hit and all the fans weren't allowed to come back into the stadiums before you even got promoted into Premier League. How did that grow? Like, how did you see that growing?
You did not see it grow for that first year with Monk in charge, then like with Gary Monk in charge. He come in and then the team finished. Then I think they finished like 12th the season before, 15th or something like that. And then like we started the season and we were in and around the playoffs, and the crowds would just keep getting more and more every game. And then by probably Christmas, then like it was full. The top stand was back open and it was rocking. It was The noise in there was unbelievable. Then like I can remember that I weren't playing a game. Then I think I got 5 bookings or 10 bookings or one or two, and then like it was against Brighton at home, and then like I was sat up in the stand, and then like we scored late on, and the noise was unbelievable. And when you're playing, then I know it sounds a bit cliche, but you don't really take it in as much as you do when you're sat there. So I was
Mm.
sat in the ground, and that Brighton game, the noise was unbelievable. And then ever since then, it's been full. It's been full to the brim, and home and away is mental.
All right, so like, so we've talked to a couple Leeds man names, Coops, and Dallas and them man. So you was there with all the different managers, it's come and gone, turbulence.
Yeah.
So tell me your mindset of how you had to reset every time a new manager came in. So tell me how you dealt with that process, because as players, you're like, all right, Monk signed me, cool, I'm his player. He gets sacked, another manager comes in.
Yeah.
So was your mindset in the sense where, boy, am I for this manager? What was your mindset when Leeds was just going through that topsy-turvy period?
Yeah, then like of course, then like every single time there's a manager change, and I think I've played with, I think it's 5 managers now we've had here since I've been here, and then like it's only my 5th season. So of course 5 or 4, sorry, 4. Wait, then let me make sure I get that right.
Jeez.
Yeah, so then I've had,
brutal.
yes. So then I've had 4 managers. So like of course then you're always thinking then like, is this manager gonna like me? Is this manager gonna like me? But then like it comes down to you at the end of the day. Then like if you're playing well and then you're training well and you're doing everything right, then like you're not going to give him a chance to get you out of the team or anything. So then it come down to me playing well and trying to keep my spot in the team, which luckily I have.
When Marcelo Bielsa came in, how much did you know about him, and what were your like initial impressions of the kind of person that he is?
Then like at the start when I first heard about it, then like I didn't really know much about him, so I done a bit of research, spoke to a few people, and speaking to Carl Bartley, who played with, then he was at Swansea, and like he was with somebody who played with him at Marseille, and Carl said like this guy is like, then like start doing your running now because he runs you into the ground apparently, so you need to make sure you're ready for pre-season. So I was like, no, then I'll be fine. At first pre-season, wow, it was a struggle. It was a struggle.
It's mad.
But and then like the first time we met him, then like he come into the changing rooms and like he didn't speak any English, so then he was going around and like trying to remember people's squad names. So then he come up to Rufy first, and like he stood there for a couple of seconds and he was trying to remember Rufy's name, and he finally got it. But then he sacked it off after that, and then he just started going around and then like doing it by numbers, 2, higher 5, and just like started like doing it by our squad numbers because he watched every game from the previous season. So then like he just knew us by our numbers. It was quite weird, but
Wow.
then like for the
Does he know
first
your
2
names
weeks of
now?
pre-season, never see him. Yeah, well, Bill. So then like I don't know if he knows my real name.
He's like, who's this Luke Ayling that keep talking about?
Yeah, who's this character? Pre-season, then like for the first 2 weeks, never saw him. Then like never come out for training once. Then like it was always running or doing drills with his like staff. And then the first day he come out, then like we played our murder ball session, like our football session. He come out for the first time. So like if a manager's coming out meeting you for the first, like taking his first training sessions, like other managers come around, be a bit friendly, just come out, start shouting at us, shouting, run, run, run. I was like, oh my gosh. It was the hardest session I've ever done in football, and that was the first time he come out
Jeez.
and done a training session. So we knew it was in
See,
for
and
us.
this is what I want to touch on. We've heard in that throughout the games. You hear like about, this gaffer loves to run. Yeah, so you kind of in your head you feel like in it. You're like, listen, how much more different running can there be? Do you get what I'm saying? But we've heard from Coots, we've heard that
Exactly, yeah.
like Marcelo, he doesn't play. It's like real talk. If you don't run, you're not for him.
Yeah, no, and then like the best thing about that is then like we got like Pablo Hernandez, who is 34, 35, who still has to do the same running that Jamie Shackleton, who's 19, is. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
It's then like, it's the same
Lord
for
Jesus,
everyone.
take
Like
the
then
wheel.
like yeah, Bayo there. But then like there'll be no days off for you. Then you'll be running with us. You'll be doing everything.
Jeez.
He doesn't care, but then like, it's good for us because because us boys know that everybody gets treated the same. There ain't
Yeah.
no special treatment for say like a Rafa now who's unbelievable, who can do what he wants anyway, and then like still be the best player. But then like he still got to do the same running as us. He still got to get to a certain sprints and all this. So then like it's good for that.
So, one of my favourite, I think it's probably my favourite now, game of the season that I've been to see live, is actually your game against Leicester. So it was at the King Power, and
Yeah,
I had never seen. The only time I'd seen you live before was actually against Derby, and it was the first leg of the playoffs, that season that Derby, I think. Derby beat you in the end, I think, but did you win the first leg? It
yes,
was
we
that
did win the
season, wasn't
first
it?
leg. One, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We
Um,
won the first
that
leg.
was the only time I'd seen you play before, and it was in a bit of a different environment. I wasn't pitch side. It wasn't the same kind of vibe. I didn't think as this time. I watched you this time, and I was like, oh my god, it was definitely my favorite game of the season because both of you obviously really fit teams, just like sprinting back and forth, and like there's so many different things that I like about watching Leeds, but it was my favourite to be in person and actually watch. And that's against a Leicester side that are established Premier
Yeah,
League champions. It was just like you don't really care who you play. You'll still play the same game. And it was still really fun. What makes me laugh about you as well is like your facial expressions when you play football are really funny. Like you laugh. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
I smile
you
a lot.
laugh
Yeah,
and yeah, you're almost like a fan sometimes when you're playing. Do you know what I mean? It was just
yeah.
making me laugh.
Be, then, like I am a fan out there playing my dream. Do you know what I mean? So I like to have a laugh, have a smile, like try and have a laugh with the person I'm playing with, like maybe put him off where, like I can get him to laugh and joke. But then, like not many people do that in the Prem. Like there ain't many people that have
They
a little
don't.
back and forth. You know, they're so straight faced. Like then, like in the
Yeah,
Champion
no
League one, then
characters,
like you
man.
get somebody who gives it back to you. Yeah, it's that. Then like it's different, isn't it? It's completely different, but then I ain't gonna change the way I play. Then I'm still gonna run around with a smile on my
Hmm.
face and enjoy every minute of it. So
I mean, it was great. So that game, you beat them 3-1, and it was massive, massive that game for your guys. And I remember speaking to your boss afterwards, and what we'd noticed is that by the time subs were made, everyone that was on that pitch were all championship players that played in the team from the
yeah,
championship, and it was my proudest moment because he hadn't realised that, and why would he? Obviously, it's something that like
yeah,
we and our stats guys pick up on because we think it's interesting. But I do think it was interesting because of the way that he's developed you guys into players. And I look at what you're doing this season. Manchester City haven't managed to beat you. You managed to beat them the other day. You went down to 10 men. And I just thought that was like, that's your season. Do you know what I mean? Like that there,
yeah.
just refusing to be beaten, never knowing when you're beaten. Do you know what I mean? And like never allowing the pressure to get to you, even when it's Man City, is just incredible.
Yeah, then like I think it comes from that first game of the season when then like we went to Anfield and just played our football, and then I think a lot of people kind of knew how we played in the Championship and kind of thought that we might not be able to do it in then like this league because we'll get picked off or teams will counter attack us too easy and score many goals, which has happened a few times this season, but we shrug it off and we go on then like to the next game and try and win it. So then I think it comes from that first game of the season because we walked in after that game, obviously a bit disappointed that we just threw away a point at the end of it because we should have probably drew that game and we threw away a point. And but still, like just like the boys were all smiling, like wow, like that was pretty impressive. That wasn't it? Like we was all buzzing that we just been beat 4-3, which
Four
weren't buzzing
three.
that we got beat, but then I was buzzing how we played and how we coped with it. So yeah, then like we just carried it on from that day, really.
You know what? Coop said something when we had him on. Like, you've always been a fit guy. Not like I'd ever try and chase you down the channel and that, but you've always been a fit guy throughout your career, innit? So when Coops was like, you know what? When Marcelo came in, he took him to a level that he never knew there was. So basically, just upped his kind of his limitations. That did he do the same for you? So you know when he came in and you was a fit guy, or now do you feel? Not I'm saying superhuman, but has that shift in your mindset of how you see football? Is that different? That what Marcelo's brought in for you?
Yeah, then like 100%. Then like I wish I had him when I was 21, 22. Then like, I tell the young lads here like they don't know how lucky they are to have this manager now to have what he's brought to like you take me, Coop, Stewie Dallas, who like Stewie was like on a building site at 20, 21, and now he's absolutely ripping up the Premiership. Do you know what I mean? And Coops was at Chesterfield playing League One. I was at Yeovil, and then like, obviously then we're playing for Leeds, so then like we're doing something right. Then like we were decent footballers, but not to the level that we are now. And then like I've always thought of myself as quite a fit, like not out of like quite in shape footballer. But when he come in, he was like, no, then like you need to lose 5 kilos. And I
I
was like,
said
there's no way
no,
I can lose
because
5 kilos. Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
like
like,
this
no
guy, you
way.
know.
Like
I swear to you.
then like, I'm skinny. Like there was nothing to me. Like then like I weren't really one who had abs and that, but I was like, look, then like, I'm alright. Then like, I can get up and down the pitch. I'm okay. I'm good. No,
You should have just got a
5 kilos.
haircut, Luke.
Yeah, no. Then like you don't want to
Five
see
kilos
this
off the
with
top
this on.
mark. It's like, there you go.
No chance. Sell me.
Whatever's going on, it's working because at the moment now, well established in the Premier League this season, like you're absolutely fine. You're flying. You're also on a run of 6 games unbeaten at the moment. How long can that run go on for? And what feels good about this little run of 6 games in comparison to perhaps some others where you've dropped points?
Yeah, then I think these last 6 games, like obviously we played 3 of, well, we played Liverpool, Man City, Man U, and Chelsea in these 6 games that were unbeaten. So to stay unbeaten in them games is pretty impressive in itself.
So
Cheers. Thank you very much.
That's a
Thank
big
you.
thing.
Then
It's a big. It's a big look. It's a big look.
I'll take the clap.
You're part of it. It's a big look. It's a big look.
Yeah. But no, yeah. Then like I think these last few games, then like I think we've shown a different side of how we can play because we're playing against some of the best players and the best teams. So I feel like that we've not had as much of the ball as we were than I would have wanted. Then maybe not had as many chances as what we was making in the first half of the season. But to be strong in defence and to show that we can play a different way has been really pleasing for me these last 6 games. And then we've got 5 games left, and we'll try and keep this run going and then see where we can finish.
Yo, is it true, Luke? Is it true that, or Bill? Is it true that you was the last person to score at Ellen Road with the fans?
Well, second last because Patrick scored in the game. So then, like, it was the last game that I scored in.
The last game. Right,
yeah.
Patrick always wants to take the line like us strikers. We always do that, man. You get me, like don't hold that.
Yeah. But to be fair, then like Pat's goal was from about 2 yards out, a tap in, and my goal was a little bit better than that. So then I can understand why people only remember that goal from that game.
This goal, right? So basically, you've inspired some street art because of it. Was this goal the one when you took your hair out and just like went mad?
Yeah,
let
it roll, and
yeah,
I remember that. Yeah,
amazing. Yeah, exactly. It was amazing goal. And also to wander around and have like some street art, by the Burley Banksy. Apparently, that is as well. And I've seen it's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really nice. Then I haven't been there yet, but I plan to go and see it. Then like he's done quite a few bits around town. There's quite a few bits have gone up, so it's nice to finally have my bit up on the wall. It's good. Yeah, he's done a good job.
Hey, hold on, man. I've got art as well, man. Hey, whoa. Sorry, LW. I've got art as well, yeah, Luke. Don't come out here like you're the only one. I got it in Reading and I haven't even paid for Reading. Yeah, it was in a school. It's in a school. They just, I was like, that, bam, and they drew it. Come on now. Us art lovers must stick together. It's random as hell, though, but it's random as hell, but I ain't gonna lie, I was humbled. Like, I walked into the school and I was like, this is mad. It was mad. I'm humbled. Shout out to them, man, still.
That is really nice. The only art of me going around is some leaked photos.
We don't. Let's leave it there, man. Come on. Woo!
Right, I've got some quotes I want to read out to you that might embarrass you a little bit, but I think you'll enjoy them as well. This is from Jamie Carragher. I think he's one of the standout players, not just in his position, but certainly in the Premier League this season. He's an outstanding player with a great story. We talk about the European Super League. And you think of a player like him starting at Yeovil, Bristol City, and now he's in the Premier League at 29 years old. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wicked. Then like coming from somebody like him as well, do you know what I mean? Then like I actually got home that night and stuck on the game, and I just kept, it was odd. Then I was buzzing because he spoke about me quite a lot. I was buzzing.
I bet
I was
that
making
is.
sure the missus
really
was
nice
keeping it down and the baby was quiet so I could proper listen to it. But no, it's nice to hear them things. Then, like, especially for somebody like that who bigs you up like that, it was nice.
I know we've only got a few minutes with you, so we'll try and get in as many
Go
questions
ahead.
as we can just this last minute. VAR. So last weekend's game, you were involved in an exchange between you and the linesman. What did you say to him?
Then like I just said, then like he offside there, and he said no, and that was it. I think it was something along them lines. I don't think I
Yeah.
quite
No,
put
it
it
was a
in
little bit. It was a little bit
them
different,
words,
brother,
but
man. Like you like,
was it a little
you
bit
know what I'm
different? Then
saying? Let me break it down to you. This is how you said it. Hey, big man, you got a flag. They give you a flag. Use it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you broke it down to him. He's like, hey, big
yeah,
man, use your flag. That's what you said.
yeah, because I just find it so annoying this year that they wait and they wait and they wait and then they put up the flag. Then like if you know
Yeah.
it's offside, just pull it up. And
Just put it up.
then like I thought it was offside, so I gave the liner what I thought of it, and yeah, and then it got captured, and it weren't how I thought I said it. There was a few words in there.
Heat the moment, isn't it? It's just
Yeah,
heat the moment,
exactly,
sort of thing.
exactly.
Um, we'll move on from VAR because otherwise we'll have too many conversations about it, and I'm not sure anyone really likes it, or at least the use of it.
No.
What about the European Super League? So it's just been last week was a mad week for football, wasn't it? For you guys, you took a stance. You were playing Liverpool, and your shirt said "earn it," basically along those lines. Like you have to earn it if you want to go and play European football. Whose idea was that, and what was the sort of reaction that you felt you got?
The shirts come from above us. Then like there was something that then I think the owner wanted to do. So then like, we just said that we would do it. Like the boys personally, then like it broke that day, and it was a big story, and then like it just sounded silly from the off, really, didn't it? It was just then
Yeah.
like it was doomed from the minute it come out. Then like it was never gonna work, and then like it's done now. So hopefully that then like we stop hearing about it and it stops going on because it's getting quite tedious. Really, it's just then like it's never gonna work because then like that's not why people watch football for something that then like you can't get promoted, then you can't get relegated, then like you get 300 million more than what other teams in the same league are getting, and you then that just didn't make any sense.
All right, let me ask you something. So I know we ain't got long. Let's talk about England. Let's talk about like, that pap, pap, pap. You know what I'm saying? So have you or are you holding any outside chance? Because listen, I think you've been a bad boy player this season. Jamie Carragher's been talking it. So even though England's got a lot of right backs and that, are you holding a little bit of an outside chance that maybe you'll get a call up?
No, then like of course, then like it's a dream to play for England, but then I think then like when you see Trent can't get even like in the squads, and
Mm.
there's other young right backs that are there and got a chance of it. Look, then like I got a nice little bit from the manager saying that I was in his. Then like he's been then like he said that I've been doing really well and whatnot. But look, there's about 8 right backs that then I could do a job there. So like obviously you hang on to it and hope for the best, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
You
But who
never know
knows?
in the
Gareth might.
future.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Exactly,
Exactly,
man.
exactly.
Listen, I got his number, yeah. Don't watch that, man. I got his number, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you and Trent, because you man are my guys and that. You get me?
I've got to ask you as well. It's another big weekend this weekend because the Premier League clubs and the Premier League in general, and a lot of broadcasters as well, people that work in the industry, have all decided to join this boycott of social media. It starts at Friday, 3 o'clock, and then it goes all the way until Tuesday as well,
Yeah,
all across the game weekend. Basically, any day that a game has been played. I really enjoyed what Patrick Bamford said as well post
yeah,
match. Used his opportunity to say, actually, you know what?
yeah,
European Super League is one thing, but if we all had the same energy and put it towards racism, wouldn't that be great? And other issues as well that surround sport in a negative fashion. Are you going to join this boycott? And do you think it's a good thing?
yeah. But then like I'm joining it. Yeah, but then like it's a good thing. But then I also think it's quite sad that it takes for us to have to do this to be heard.
Mm.
Then like it's been going on now for don't know how long, and then like I then it, that then like everybody knows it's quite an easy fix. Then like it just needs some then like some form of ID. Then like when you sign up to these platforms, and then it's done, and then like you probably get rid of half of the stuff that goes on. So then like I find it quite sad that it still takes for us to have to boycott social media then like to get a point across. which it shouldn't
Yeah,
be. Then like we're in 2021, it's sad that this still happens.
I'm with you on that. And you know, for me, I'm part of me. I'm cool with them wanting to do a campaign. I've already said this. I've sat down with my club. I won't be doing a campaign just in the sense where I do back the campaign. I just find that with the Super League, it was a lot of talk. So it was, listen, let's go to action. And with this, it's more silence. So listen, I know there's different ways to get a point across. I know for me, I'm just like, we've done many campaigns when it comes to racism. I felt that, not being funny, when it came to the Super League, it was up, it was at 'em, it was effective. It was shut
It was
down in
done in
48
2 days.
hours.
It was done in 2 days. Shut down 2 days.
You get what I'm saying? It was, you know, it was like everybody was called to arms. That's what I felt. You know what I'm saying? Rightly so. Like, we all heard it. It was like, this is ridiculous. Don't even try and change the fabric of the game. You know what I'm saying? And I felt it was that. Mans came together, and I felt like we've done campaigns like this before with enough, and I'm not knocking it. That's the worst thing is I'm not knocking it. I don't want to feel like, I think anything that you can highlight a situation is good. I just think more needs to be done personally, sort of thing. So that's my take on it. But I'm all for it being highlighted, and the more we can talk about it, hopefully the more we can start doing things or making change. Sorry, you get what I mean?
I totally agree with you. I agree with you, Bio, because I think as well, we've done these kind of boycotts for like a day before and that sort of stuff. And you come off for a day and you go back and everything's back to normal. I'm kind of hoping, the reason I want to be part of it is because I'm sort of hoping that 4 days will lead to something else and will lead to something bigger, perhaps. There is a part of me that's skeptical, because I kind of think I do think the same as you. And you know, we were right. Every job that I do in the media, everyone was like, the European Super League, I've never seen a reaction like that in my life.
Yeah.
And you're right. The fact when it hurts people's wallets, and when that is the threat, that's when people come to action. Yeah. So, I think in terms of trying to tackle racism in society has a long way to go by itself, not even, you know, via football. But you know what? Like, maybe just start using some of those same punishments that you're talking about, kicking people out of competitions. Like, why don't you actually act with the tools that you have? And I'm talking about UEFA and the Premier League as well. Everyone involved in it has a lot more power to do something about this than they actually are using. And you're right, Luke, it's sad that it comes down to us thinking, well, we've got to come off social media for 4 days. There are fans that really love using it and use it responsibly and want to know how their team are getting on and engage with people. So yeah, it's sad really, isn't it? But I suppose, unfortunately, this is the world that we live in today, isn't it?
And one more question, Luke. Tell me, like we touched on your journey. Two questions. Did you always know you'd make it to the Prem? And how did it feel when you finally did make it to the Prem from your journey?
No, then like when I got released by Arsenal, then I'll be totally honest with you. Then I thought I would get back to the Championship somehow and be a good Championship player and maybe play a few years in it. But to play in the Premiership, I didn't actually think I would do, to be honest with you. Then to finally do it and to go to Anfield and actually captain the team that day as well, it was unbelievable, honestly. Like, just so proud. Then like I got the shirt hung up, the captain's armband is all in a frame and that. So just so proud of what I've done. Yeah, I am.
What's next? Have you got anything on your list? Anything else that you want to achieve? Is there like something you're ticking off?
No, not really. Then like I just want to stay here for as long as I can, play many more years in the Premiership, and then like see where it takes me. Then like I've never been one for like setting big goals or anything. I just take it as it comes, and then let's see what happens.
Bill, we are all here for it, and we've been loving watching you play this season, last season as well, since you've been at Leeds, to be honest. We wish you the best of luck as well. The last 4 or 5 games this season now?
5 games, yeah, 5 days. 5 games left.
Yeah, keep shining, my brother. Just stay below Liverpool though. But other than that, keep shining.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, brilliant. Luke, thank you so much.
Cheers. Thank you for having me.
Blessings.
There you go, Luke Ayling, just as brilliant as I imagined he was going to be. By what a great guy. You
know what? He is such just balanced, leveled, and you know what you're just talking about with like Billy Boy and that. He's literally he just his whole outlook to life and football just seems like a joker. He's cool, man. I've got time for him.
Just chilled, isn't he? Like really relaxed. Really, really like that. Okay, guys. As always, it's time to look through the fixtures, the Super Six fixtures for round 53. 53. I'm not joking. Like 53 rounds we've had.
That's great. It's shot, but listen, we must only have like what, 4 left? 3,
Yeah,
4?
We must do. We must do. I'm sure
It's shot by.
I think there's 5 games in the Premier League left, and what, 3 in the Championship? Is that right?
2.
2 in the Championship. Wow.
2.
That is
Yeah,
incredible.
2 in the Championship.
Okay, so reminder, guys, download the Super Six app, create an account, play for free by predicting the scores of 6 chosen matches, and you could win £250,000 this week. A reminder as well, if you invite your mates to join Super Six and any of them win, then you get a bit of a share of the jackpot. So you get £25,000 just for inviting your mates if they go on and win. Okay, prediction time. You ready, Bayo?
Come on now, always.
Let's do it. Now, the first one is Brighton against Leeds.
Oh.
I know.
All right, so if I recall, because I always pay attention and that, I think Luke said Leeds are unbeaten in 6 and Brighton ain't 1 in 6.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So, sod's law, Brighton would win, but we just had Luke on, so I'm going to say Leeds win. So I'm going to say 2-1 Leeds.
See, I think it's going to be a bit more high scoring. I'm going to say 3. Oh, no, I can't say 3-2. Do you know what? I'm going to say 3-1. I'm going to say 3-1 to Leeds. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next one. Birmingham, Cardiff.
Birmingham, Cardiff. I think both of them are playing for nothing. I'm going to say 1-1.
Okay, that one. Do you know what? I'm going to say Birmingham 1-0.
Yeah. It could go either way, to be fair.
Middlesbrough.
Luton's Middlesbrough. Again, both of them playing for nothing at Luton. I'm going to say 1-0 Middlesbrough.
This one, they're quite close, aren't they? What, 9th and 11th? It's only 3 points between them. Do you know what? I'm going to go for a Borough win. I'm going to say 2-0 Borough.
Okay.
Okay, next one. That's an away win as well. Oh. Okay, next one is Stoke QPR.
Stoke QPR. I'm going to go with a home win for this. I think Stoke's going to win, and I think Stoke's going to win 2-0.
I'm going to go for a QPR win here. I'm going to say away from home, QPR. Oh, can I do that? QPR win away from home 1-0.
Yeah? Yeah? Okay.
Millwall, Bristol City.
Millwall, Bristol. I'm going to go for, I'm not say a boring weekend, but I'm going to say a 1-1 draw with this.
I'm going to say a 1-0 win for Millwall at home. And then the final one is Huddersfield, Coventry.
Huddersfield, Coventry. I'm going to say a 2-1 Coventry win.
Yeah, this is going to be difficult. I might actually go for a 2-1 Huddersfield win, only because it's at home to Huddersfield and I can't separate them. So there you go. Those were our fixtures, our Super Six fixtures for this game week. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for Luke Ayling as well. A reminder, on Twitter and Instagram at Super Six. They can like, subscribe, downloads automatically. Give us a 5-star review if you fancy it. But it's been a pleasure as always.
All right, come on now, LW. Jeez. All right, thank you for listening, my people. LW.
See you next week.
See you next week. Peace.